everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Aphrodite, aka Madam Suave. If you are new here, I would like to welcome you to the community. Be sure to check the description box below and like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to. Remember that energy is timeless and fluid. This can be past, present, or future energy. Flip roles of things to reverse and only take what resonates, leaving the rest for who it is meant for. So before I get started, the first thing that I want to say is I just want to thank everyone for your love and support that I may not always be able to see, but that I do hear and feel. Okay, so thank you guys so much. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. Okay, I have been dissecting this message since last night, and then I dissected it some more today. So although it may not seem like it when I post my messages, but it takes hours and hours and hours sometimes of dissecting the information so that I can go ahead and give you guys a concise and precise message. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all know we're not gonna be here all day. Okay, I done put in my time, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, ready or not, here I come, is the title of today's message. So you are rebranding yourself and removing anyone who may have branded you. Okay, so anyone who has inflicted pain on you, or people that try to take ownership of you and treat you like an animal or property, treating you like a factory to produce goods for them when you have all the tools to produce for yourself. You are the main character rewriting your own story, cutting any binds or attachments that pull you in a direction that you do not want to go in, aligning yourself with those who bring you warmth and comfort. Okay, and now I was picking up on quilting. Someone here, you could like to make quilts. Okay, also it's like you are shopping for fabrics that you think will make the perfect quilt, and together we are all fabrics being woven together into the quilt of life. Okay, we are all depending on one another. For someone, you could be the sole proprietor of a business or a company. I was picking up on a fashion or clothing line. Okay, someone here could have a fashion or a clothing line. For others of you, you are also releasing pain from soul ties that were unwillingly created. So people who may have taken advantage of you, releasing fear and opening up, or maybe you have a journal or a diary where you express these things. Okay, so even if you are not, expressing these things openly, outwardly to other people, at least you are kind of finally and not necessarily admitting it, because you may have admitted it to yourself, admitted what happened to yourself, but it's something that you were holding in. Okay, so maybe you are finally beginning to go ahead and open up about that, even if it's just to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just to you, at least it's getting out there. When you're ready, it is good to burn the pages, but make sure you let it all out on the paper, even your tears. For someone, maybe you paint or express yourself through art, and if you're not a technical artist, okay, you do not have to be a technical artist to create art, to make art. Okay, it does not have to make sense. Expression itself is a form of art, and art is indeed subjective. Okay, it also helps to see and find the beauty in your pain so that you can look at it in a new light, or reframe your subconscious and alter your memories while not pushing it below the surface, but bringing it to the surface so that it's not pulling you under with it, allowing you to breathe again with a new set of lungs and fresh air. So you are getting rid of the pollution and cleansing your spirit. Okay, the song Wine Stained Lips by Catch 22 could be significant for someone here, but you are no longer running and hiding from the sun. Okay, you may have been scared to get outside for some of you. Okay, so I don't know, maybe you have just recently began to kind of take baby steps towards going outside, getting back to normalcy, normal life, reacclimating yourself with the world. For someone, you could also be having baby fever, or someone just had their first ultrasound, feeling both nervous and excited. Okay, congratulations, and I'm wishing you a very healthy and safe pregnancy. Okay, your prenatal vitamins might be causing a bit of dizziness or lightheadedness, or you just have like a lot of morning sickness at this time. Okay, but Okay, and I don't know why, but I'm getting the message that your baby is at work. Okay, your baby is at work. Okay, and this baby could be very much a dreamer. Okay, very connected to water is kind of what I'm hearing. Okay, you might be having a water sign baby, I don't know, but okay, or someone has a water sign baby, but that's kind of just a message that I was getting. Okay, so someone has a friend or loved one that passed from taking a pill that was laced at a rave. This was a turning point for you in your own life, because you could have been headed down the fast lane and it kind of jolted you awake. Okay, decided that you didn't want to lose yourself, but also realized you don't like losing those close to you and didn't want to have to experience that again. Now, obviously death is a part of life, but it could have been a very traumatic experience for you. Someone here could be a fan of Trippie Redd, or you like to listen to Trippie Redd. Okay, the name Sora is relevant. But this person was very much a life of the party kind of energy, and it really sobered you up. Could have felt like the sun went away and would never shine again. You threw a pity party for yourself, but realized it was unfair to her memory not to have fun anymore. And maybe when you are having fun, you can feel her spirit around you, and she is still very much the life of the party, okay? So you are beginning to try new things, expanding your horizons. For some of you, this could have been your New Year's resolution, and it is never too late, okay? It's never too late because the true New Year, okay, starts in the springtime, but it is never too early to go ahead and get a head start on your resolutions. You could also be eliminating people who always seem to ruin the fun, or maybe you're just not allowing people to hold you back from fun. So you could be going on a lot of solo trips and adventures, or meeting new people, unafraid to mix and mingle with strangers who can turn into friends if you run into the right people. Also, getting away from people who are lazy, victimize themselves, or very bratty. Maybe you just stopped enabling the behavior and became more vocal, hoping that they are receptive to it, and if not, you're aligning yourself with those who are always open to expression and growth. Bora Bora could be significant for someone as well. Someone could have a B-Day bash coming up. Someone may like to go snowboarding, snorkeling. I was also hearing off-road driving, okay? But you are tattooed forever in someone's mind, heart, and soul. And I was getting the message that someone was asking me about my tattoo, about like saying that it must have hurt so bad. But honestly, I have a very, very, very high pain tolerance. So honestly, it wasn't that bad. For my first tattoo, I went ahead and got the place that they said was supposed to be the most painful. And I just went ahead and got it out of the way. But this one, no, I was chilling. The only thing I will say, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of wanted to cuss her out in a minute. I kind of was like, wait, hold on, what did I get myself into? Because it kind of feels like you have to figure out how to breathe, because it feels like they are literally choking you, okay? And I was like, I'm not trying to die here on the motherfucking table, okay? I'm not trying to die here on the table. You do have to figure out how to breathe. But the only time I started getting irritated was like towards the end, because it took way more hours than I felt like it should have. Like, I got there kind of early-ish, and then it was dark outside by the time I left. And you know, when they start going over parts that are already hurting, I was like, baby, like, I need you to wrap it up, because now I'm ready to punch you in the face. Because that part is like when they stop, and me, I always say I don't need a break. Like, let's go ahead, like, in and out. I'm trying to get in and out. I don't need a break. I can sit here through the whole thing and be just fine. But so yeah, but anyways, it didn't hurt, okay? It didn't hurt that bad. But okay, someone, you could be seeing 1010. There is a battle that you have won, possibly against some type of addiction, and you may be on the road to recovery. Your liver may have almost failed, and kind of it shocked you into changing your life. You could be sharing your story now to help change other people's lives. But you show a lot of tough love, because maybe while you were in beginning stages of recovery, you realized that you had to want it for yourself, and that no one else can really save you. You have to find your own strength and the will to overcome. You have built up a strength stronger than Popeye, okay? That's what I was hearing, stronger than Popeye. For someone, you could like to listen to Pusha T. For some, it's been a few years since you've been sober, but fighting addiction can be hard. So I do applaud anyone else for, however long that you have been in recovery for, however long you have been able to go remaining clean and sober, okay? And I encourage you to keep going, and may the sun continue to shine on you. Someone also, an eating disorder is relevant here, okay? Someone, you could have been battling against obesity and began a diet and exercise regimen, not only for yourself, but your babies, wanting to stop the cycle. You could have been afraid that maybe you wouldn't be able to have children because of health concerns, or wouldn't be there for them to watch them grow up. Feel like you owed it to them as a parent, but also to yourself, right? Like, as a form of self-love, right? Taking care of yourself is a form of self-love. So others can only do so much, but ultimately only you can take care of you. Now, okay, someone either really likes Black Eyed Peas, okay, or the band Black Eyed Peas is significant here. Someone also hunts or likes to eat rabbit, or someone has a pet rabbit. Someone could have taken a pet to get a rabies shot recently, or someone could also be married to a rabbi, is what I was hearing, okay? There's also someone who's in school for journalism, or you want to become a journalist, okay? A red Volvo is significant, or Volvo period, but I was specifically picking up on a red Volvo, okay? You could have liked Nancy Drew, okay? Nancy Drew could have been something that you enjoyed. Someone wants to be a news reporter or weather forecaster, or for some of you, maybe you already do this, I don't know. Okay, but the names Alexa or Alexis, Sydney, Isadora, Brienne. Okay, someone could like Lil Wayne. Someone could do tightrope acrobatics, or the song Tightrope is significant, okay? The names Renelle or Raynell, Deja, Delilah, and Avery. I was also hearing, my name is Charlie, okay? Charlie Wilson. And I was wondering if I could take you out, okay? The name Zane is significant for someone also. Okay, someone could be in the Air Force. I was hearing deployed on base, okay? So you could be stationed at your home base. The name Felix is relevant. Someone might like to go skydiving or helicopter rides. Maybe you just like to be in the air. You could be a pilot who flies airplanes, okay? You may have been obsessed with NASA growing up, or just outer space period, or dreamt of being an astronaut. And I did just kind of want to tell a brief story, because my little brother, you know, he used to always talk about wanting to be an astronaut. That is something that he wanted to do and something that he wanted to be. And it's like now he is able to travel through space freely all the time, and he tells me, you know, how much fun it is and how much there is to do and explore beyond the stars. Okay, so for someone here, there's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, there's nothing to be afraid of. You're just going on a little adventure. You're going on a little adventure, and you can visit anytime you want to, and you can be anything that you want to be, and you get your own little escort of angels. Okay, and you know, my grandmother, she came back to visit me as a moth, and I am going to put up some pictures. I know I showed a picture of the moth before, but I'm going to do a side by side so you can see the resemblance and how I was able to recognize that it was my grandmother. And because it was extremely weird, because I mean, that moth did not move. It was, like I said, I was going on a night drive, as I typically do. I was going on a night drive, and she did not move off that car. So I was like, this is crazy. Like, not once. Even when I got out of the car, she was still hanging on to that window, to that windshield. Okay, so for someone, okay, there's no reason to be scared. Okay, someone could rescue stray animals. Someone could like Doja Cat. Okay, Doja Cat could be relevant for someone. You may also like watching soap operas and plays, like opera music. Someone here could have recently just passed your state bar exam. Okay, Stanford is significant. You could be very exhausted from your studies, ready to relax and kick off your shoes. Someone could be a dog trainer or a food expert. Okay, I was hearing the name Wendy. So someone here, you have closed or you are closing out a cycle where you were not taking self-accountability for your own actions and the consequences thereof. Beginning to self-reflect, or you've done a lot of self-reflection, realize no matter how many people you may have pushed away or who is in your life, you were still breeding the same results, and realize you needed to make some self-adjustments, because it starts with you. Everything else is just a ripple. Knowing you can't always rely on others to tell you what you need to hear, you have to be aware enough to recognize your own thoughts and desire to be a better person. Even if people do point things out to you, you have to be willing to receive that. Otherwise, you become a sitting duck in your own mess that you've created, with no one to comfort you and no one to blame but yourself. For someone else, this is a cycle that they are stuck in, believing that if they ignore it, then it'll just go away. But it becomes a seed buried that will grow and fester, and eventually it takes over and kills everything else, like a yard full of weeds or poison ivy, because they can't tell the truth. The name Aurora is significant. This could be name or location for someone, okay? As well as Dixon, New York, Europe, Winston, Staten Island, Nepal, Brazil, Wyoming. Someone could own a barn, okay? You could own a barn or a farm, okay? Own a barn or farm, or maybe someone converted a barn into a house. That's so cute, okay? For someone else, your barn animals could have been acting a bit wild, okay? Someone else, you own or work in a beauty parlor. Historian is significant, as well as Jersey, London. Someone may be blind, okay? I was seeing Braille, or maybe you just decided to learn how to read Braille. The names Lorraine, Sharon, or Shannon, as well as Indiana, January, April, February, June, and July. Hawaii, someone could like to watch Family Guy. Asheville, the song Riding by Chameleonaire. Lion King is relevant, as well as Riots, okay? You could feel like your baby is growing up really fast, very sharp and smart, with a lot of personality, okay? A little rebel on a mission, okay? You may have a busybody on your hands, okay? Shiva is a spirit guide for someone here. Now, I was hearing that someone could have been saying a specific verse during a prayer, okay? Which is Psalm 16, 10 through 11. However, I was only hearing the first part, okay? Psalm 16, 10 through 11. So it begins, for thou wilt not leave my soul in hell. So one thing that I was going to say is you have to take and view a scripture in its full context. You can't just take what serves your purpose. So the full thing reads as, for thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. Thou wilt show me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasure forevermore. Now, the key word was holy, okay? So if you are the corrupt, then you cannot turn a blind eye to yourself, and God definitely won't either. So the corrupt are not worthy of dwelling in the presence of God, so they shouldn't expect to, because they would die in his presence anyways. Someone could be wilting who did wrong and hoping that their tears will be enough, but God does not pity the profane. Emotions are a part of human experience and human nature, okay? The same cannot be said for God. They may have attempted to tell you a sob story, or someone posted some sob story publicly and didn't tell you anything or say anything to you directly, but created a story to make themselves look good, okay? But people saw past the emotional manipulation, okay? This is a coward. And I was hearing the song Euphoria, okay? So don't tell no lie about me and I won't tell truths about you. This is an amateur but a habitual liar. They don't know the difference between the two, but everyone else does. So someone has a bad liver who's hoping for some kind of healing but cannot reach God. Also, I was hearing there's a whole lot of I's not catching Z's. So it's like these people desperately want to sleep but may be emotionally overwhelmed, and it pains them to go to sleep because of what they see when they close their eyes. They cannot ignore whatever they are trying to ignore. There is no escaping, and these are people who rely on escapism. These are people who rely on escapism to exist and survive, but everywhere they look, that's all they see. The things that are haunting them, reminders and signs. Their subconscious has been rewired and they are living life on the wire, so they cannot contain or hold back any truths, and what they do try to hide is always revealed, okay? They are essentially headless zombies with a half-beating heart. Okay, confirmations before I close this out, okay? Darius, Josie, Sylvia, Riley, Dylan, Andrea, Aubrey, Diana, Lillian, Vivian, Freya, Sarah, Hayden, Raven, Sonia, Tanya, Tara or Tara, okay? Angel number 222, August and September 2nd. The years 92 or 82. Taurus is relevant, as well as 1010. I think I spoke about this earlier, but 1010, as well as Capricorn, okay? June 1st or born on the 1st, 6166. 610, 21 are born on the 21st, 19th or 18th, October 4th, April and February 8th, 26 or 26th, okay, 29 or the 29th, as well as 28th, or someone could be 28 years old. Someone could also be a Dodgers fan, okay? Number 42 is significance. Virgo, Sag, Scorpio is significance, as well as Barcelona, Spain, and Spain in general, okay? Ireland, Paris, Madrid, Ibiza, and Texas, okay? So that is all that I have for you guys today. If you got anything from this message, if you enjoyed this message, if it was helpful to you in some way, like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to, and I'll see you guys on next time. Love you all. Bye.